This is going to be the one definitive guide that you have to watch that will clear all your doubts on which MacBook you need to buy, which Mac computer you need to buy, what is the best one for you for your specific purpose. All of these things will be cleared in this video. So I'll tell you how much you have to invest, because obviously it is your money. If you invest more than what you need, it is money just wasted. So which MacBook is for which person, who should invest into what MacBook, which are the obsolete MacBooks, everything I will tell you right now. So I am recording this after all the MacBooks for this year have been announced, and we have details about upcoming also. So there is nothing else till at least next October. So that is why this is going to suffice till 2025. If there is an update, I will pin a comment and I will create another video about it. So definitive MacBook buying guide for 2025. This was a requested video, so that's why I am tackling it this way. So you want to buy a Mac computer. Which computer suits best for you? First thing you have to decide is, are you okay with a desk tied setup, or do you actually need a laptop? This is the one thing that confuses many people. Many people think that I only need a laptop. Everyone is going to say that I need a laptop and that is what I need. But if you are okay with a desk solution, that is, you don't need to take this laptop, this computer anywhere. You don't need to take this along with you to any other place. Then, and also if you are not moving from one place to the other in your own home also, so that also has to be considered. Some people have a tendency that I don't want to work on a specific desk, I want to work on the sofa, I want to work on other rooms, things like that. If that is important to you, obviously a desk tied setup won't work. So this is the first thing you need to understand. So once you decide this, then you can go along with this. I'll tell you how you have to look at it. So if your use is basic usage as in, I just have to check my mails, I just have to work on Word documents, I just have to work on some YouTube, or I just want to check YouTube, I want to do social media stuff, I want to use a computer for basic stuff, and sometimes I will edit a video, or sometimes I will do some heavy task. But most of the times, 99% of the time or 90% of the time, I'm just doing some normal office tasks for this. 90% of the time I'm doing normal office tasks, and rest 10% maybe I'm doing some heavy tasks. I don't do any gaming on this computer, on this laptop, I don't do anything else. Then this is the computer, or these are the laptops that you have to look at. So first I'll go into the desk tied setup. If you're looking for a basic desk tied setup for this purpose, then the Mac Mini, which will cost you exactly 60,000 rupees just for that Mac Mini in the new form factor with the M4. So you get the latest chip, the latest power, AI power, everything it is ready for, and it will work for you for a long time. This thing is available for 60k. So you invest 60k into it. All you have to do is get a good monitor. It's not necessary that you get the Apple display itself, those are very expensive. Get any good 4k monitor, OLED monitors are available. Just connect it with that, a good keyboard and mouse, and you are done. Bluetooth keyboard and mouse is what I would suggest to use with it. Just get that and you're done. So that is one option. Second, if you don't want the hassle of finding a good screen and you're worried if that is going to hamper your usage or your experience, the Mac experience, then what I would suggest is the iMac. The iMac 24 is available for 135. That is a very good value for money, because in that you don't have to do anything else. That just unbox it, put it on your desk, it will look really good. If you're looking for a desk office computer also that you don't want to take around, then this is really good. It comes in very funky colors, and there is something about iMac on the desk that will just elevate your workspace. So if you are looking for something like that, then you can look into. The additional benefit of this desk type setups is that you can use it for heavy tasks also. That will help you with heavy tasks. You don't have to worry about it. Now, if you are looking for a Mac laptop for basic purposes, what are the ones you should look at? So the cheapest option right now is the M1 Air. That M1 Air is available for 60k during sale. If you don't have much budget and you need a laptop, you cannot go with this desk tied setups, then what I would suggest is go with the M1 Air. That M1 Air is available for 60k. But if you can stretch your budget, then I would suggest skip the M2 and directly go with the M3 Air that I have right now here. So the M3 Air comes with 16 GB of RAM, and the M3 is a very good processor. You won't have any problems with it. It is very responsive and future ready also, so you shouldn't have any issues with it. This is a robust laptop. It can do even heavy tasks. It will do even heavy tasks without an issue. And if you want a dedicated review about my experience on that, I have created a M3 Air dedicated video on that, so you can look into that. On all these computers, I would suggest you go with the base version. You are not going to upgrade anything else because it already comes with 16 GB RAM now. You are not going to upgrade anything else. For hard drives or SSDs, you are going to use some external SSD. On desktops, it doesn't matter. And even on laptops, you don't need all that data with you all the time. Nowadays, these portable drives are very small. You can put it in your laptop sleeve and you can take it around. So if that data is not to be used 24/7, then you don't need it on your computer. And as I said in the Mac reviews, if you need a lot of data, I would suggest investing into a NAS like I have. So the onboard data doesn't matter and you are not going to lose your data at all. It doesn't have to be a big company NAS. You can always use some kind of, even a networked hard drive that will work. So it doesn't have to be, some Synology NAS or something which you are going to invest a lot of money into. It can be just something as simple as a desktop with some 2 terabyte or 4 terabyte hard drives connected on the network, so shared on the network. That is always a possibility and an easy solution. This is going to be the answer for 99% of the people who need a Mac. They are going to be happy with it. If you're just doing basic tasks or even some minor heavy tasks, occasionally if you're doing it, or even if you're doing it but you don't earn a living from that, it's something that you do as a hobby, then this is all you need. There will be one more category of people who want a laptop that is on a higher price side. They are okay with the higher price side. I just want it for basic tasks, but I want a MacBook Pro. Then get the base version. But as I said, the Air is much more portable. In the video itself, in the review, you can go and check it out. The Air is much more portable. It is much more better in many things, and obviously it is going to get a chip refresh also soon. But if you want the latest and greatest M4 chip, because that is still on the M3 as in when I'm recording this, if that is the case, then you can go and pay 170. You're paying nearly 60k more and you're losing some portability. But if that makes sense to you, then you can go ahead and invest into that. For most people, Air is where the value for money quotient goes. Let's go to category 2. You earn a living from your laptop or from your desktop. That is, you are either a graphics designer, you are a video editor, you need something for running large LLMs or large AI models, things like that, big heavy computing tasks, things like that. Even that, what I understand is, from most of the people who are still working in the industry, I was there in the past, now I'm not, but who are still working in the industry, all of that is done on servers. They don't run it directly on the computer. Why should you? But if you do need it, then you have to look into the MacBook Pro. First thing you have to understand is, will the base M4 MacBook Pro, will that work for me? If the base M4 MacBook Pro in 14-inch, if that works for you, just directly go and get it, because it has 16 GB RAM and SSDs. As I said, you can always do whatever you want with it, but I would suggest get an external. So this will cost you 170. For that, it is value for money and it will last a really long time for you. So that makes a good investment. And if you are actually earning money from your tasks that you're doing on this, then it's a worthwhile investment, because 3-4 projects you are going to earn that money back. What if you want more RAM? What if you're running such large LLM models, things like that, and you need a lot of RAM? Or the second type is, what if you need a desk tied setup? I don't really need a laptop, I need a bigger screen. Then I would suggest just get the 16-inch MacBook Pro that comes with the M4 Pro. So you have the Pro chip, you have the computer coming in for I think 2.3 or 2.4 if I remember correctly, and that is the best experience that you can use for whatever heavy tasks you need. It comes with 24 gigs of RAM. What if you want portability but you have to do heavy tasks? In that case, what I would suggest is just get the M4 Pro MacBook 14-inch. In that you get 24 gigs of RAM, and generally that's more than enough. Now after this, if you still need more RAM, there are some cases where people are into engineering, AI engineering, things like that, and you might need to run large LLM models, things like that, directly on the computer. Obviously 24 gigs are going to be less, or if you're running large Pro E, things like that. What you have to understand is investing more into this is somewhat counterintuitive. Take my own example. I can invest into any MacBook Pro I want. I can buy any MacBook Pro I want at any cost. But what I did is I built a desktop on my own. So I have a Ryzen 9 desktop with 4080 graphics card and two 24-inch monitors that you can see here. So all of this is really good for, and it makes much more value for money if you have that kind of heavy task. To beat this, I would have to get a Mac worth at least 6 lakhs. I made this desktop for around 2 point something, so 2.5, let's call it 2.7. To beat this speed, I will have to directly get something that is at least 6 lakhs on the Mac side. That doesn't make value for money. This has 128 gigs of RAM right now, so you can understand what's going on there. You cannot beat a direct desktop, because obviously such kind of usage, you're not going to need a portable device. If you need a portable device, obviously you know that you have to get a Mac. That's good for battery life and everything, so I'm with you on that. But if you don't need it to be portable, much more value for money is this. But this is just a suggestion, so this is something that worked for me. It's not necessary that it will work for you. If you still find it that it's going to make much more value for money, that I need a laptop or it has to be a portable solution with so much power, then obviously you have to upgrade the MacBook Pro 14 or 16-inch to the M3 Max, and then you're going to configure it with 64 gigs of RAM or whatever, and you're going to pay about 3.5 lakhs for it. And if you're going to make your money out of it, go ahead, do that. Now if you're waiting for me to tell you about the Studio, Mac Studio or the Mac Pro, don't invest into it. Both of those are on M2 and M2 Pro chips, and it doesn't make any sense to invest into that right now. Once they refresh it, then maybe you can invest into it, but right now it doesn't make any sense. If they have refreshed it or something changes, as I said, I will redo this video and I'll put a notification or I'll put a pinned comment here. So I hope that this video helped you in finding your new MacBook that is going to last you a long time, and you understand and you saved a lot of money also, because many people are making this mistake. You're directly going and buying a MacBook Pro even if you don't need it. We are all looking for value for money, and this is going to help you with the best value for money and get the most bang out of your buck.